What's up, Met fans? Welcome back. Talking Mets and Rob. How's everybody doing? Before I get started talking about the possibility of Michael Conforto coming back to the Mets, don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. You enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Alright, guys, so what is the possibility of Michael Conforto coming back to the New York Mets and patrolling right field wearing the orange and blue in 2022? How real of a possibility is it? Well, there was some speculation over the last couple of days that Michael Conforto could be back with the Mets. Now, some could be saying, well, he declined a qualifying offer of $18.4 million, which he probably won't get a long-term deal worth that much per year based on his performance in 2021 that we'll look at in a little bit, and his career stats as well. But think of this. If the New York Mets can somehow entice Michael Conforto in a one-year deal worth about $20 million, which is about $1.6 million more than a qualifying offer, would Michael Conforto take it if he doesn't get the long-term contracts that he's looking for from another team? There's not a lot of teams out there that are going to pursue Michael Conforto. There's a couple of teams, probably like the Seattle Mariners, possibly the Los Angeles Angels, teams like that. But my biggest thing is Seattle Mariners are probably the one team that might go above and beyond to help out their lineup, especially their lineup that is very young. But when it comes to Michael Conforto and the New York Mets, couldn't the Mets get him on a one-year deal? I think they can. And that is interesting in all aspects of what the Mets are trying to do. Because there is a lot of Mets fans that feel like Michael Conforto fell out of favor with them just based on 1 year. Yes, last year was despicable, disgusting. It was terrible. His worst year of his career. It's absolutely insane how many Mets fans turned on Michael Conforto, considering he was one of the better offensive players on his team for the last couple of years. But when you're in a contract year like Michael Conforto was in 2021, you expect a player to basically outperform any numbers he had in his career because it's a contract year. It's been the norm considering the way baseball has gone over the last 10 years. A lot of players have actually performed the best in their career in a contract year. And then when they get outrageous amount of money, people are like, he's never going to put up those numbers again. So why do we think that Michael Conforto doesn't deserve a long-term deal just because of one bad, inconsistent year in 2021? Well, this is where I kind of think that Michael Conforto would be a good fit. And the reason why I say that is because I don't think he's as bad as in 2021. And I don't believe that he was as good as his 2019 season. But considering that the Mets might be looking at other options like a Kris Bryant or a Nick Castellanos, maybe Michael Conforto is the smarter option money-wise, considering who is on the market, and especially the Mets need another pitcher and probably need a third baseman. Michael Conforto might be the best option money-wise when it comes to where the Mets should spend their money when the lockout ends. Bullpen, starting pitching, and third base. You put Michael Conforto in right field, throwing Nimmo to left field, and Marte in center. Now you have a pretty darn good outfield defensively. Offensively is also pretty good. We know what Nimmo can do. We know what Marte is. And if Michael Conforto can just turn into the 2018 or 2019 Michael Conforto, I'm not even talking about 2020 in the 60-game season. I'm talking about the 2019 season when he had over 30 home runs and over 90 RBIs. We will look into those stats a little bit. But can Michael Conforto actually be coming back to the New York Mets? I say, why not? Considering what you would have to give for Nick Castellanos, probably a 4 or 5 year deal worth about $100 million. Considering Kris Bryant, who is one of my favorite options in the free agent market, you probably have to give him a 5 or 6 year worth between 140 and 170. Why not try to get Michael Conforto on a 1 year deal a 1-year show me deal. Now, he might not like that, thinking that the Mets are not showing him respect. But let's be honest, there's a lot of teams that are probably not going to give him big time money based off his just 2021 season. And in total in his career, he did have a lot of cold streaks and hot streaks. But let's be honest, guys. In this day and age of baseball, that's all baseball is. Every player is very hot at one point and very cold at one point. That's what baseball turned into. It's just a matter of what you do in that hot streak that can determine your stats for the year, basically. And that's what I think Michael Conforto is. He is a mold of what this type of player is in this generation of Major League Baseball. And Michael Conforto just fits in that section very well. And when we look at Michael Conforto's 2021 stats, we know that it was that bad. But to look at it right here, guys, he had a batting average of .232, which was insanely bad. Not worse than his 2016 season, but pretty darn bad. He only had 55 RBIs with 14 home runs with 125 games played during the season. He was injured for a little bit, but with 125 games, if you compare what he did in 151 games in 2019, he batted .257 with 33 home runs and 92 RBIs. But when you compare 125 games to, say, around the 109 games in 2017, where he had an all-star season, he had 27 home runs with 68 RBIs, batting .279. So, where can you see Michael Conforto fitting in offensively? I think he can bat .250. I don't think that's too much of an issue. I think he can bat .250, .260. I think he can easily hit 25 home runs and knock in 75 to 80 RBIs. Which, let's be honest, when it comes to Nick Castellanos and look at Kris Bryant, who Michael Conforto is younger by a year or two, looking at the stats that Michael Conforto can put up overall, his career is .255 average, which, let's be honest, Nick Castellanos and Kris Bryant are around the same thing. Home run wise and RBI wise is probably very, very similar what you're going to get from either one of these players. Because I think Michael Conforto, it was an anomaly in 2021 in his worst season in his career. So Nick Castellanos, Kris Bryant, and Michael Conforto have all similar numbers. Are you willing to give $100+ millions of dollars for Kris Bryant or Nick Castellanos, not knowing if they could perform in the big light of New York City? But we know Michael Conforto can do that, because he done it his career, in his entire career, except for last year. But considering that Michael Conforto is going to be a lot cheaper, would you go that route? I think you can get Michael Conforto on a 1-year, $20 to $21 million as a show me type deal. He is young enough. He would be a free agent again at 29 years old, where if he has a good year, he can get a 5-year deal worth around $100 million from either the Mets or somebody else. So Michael Conforto has the possibility of coming back to the New York Mets, even though he had the worst season of his career in 2021. But I don't think Michael Conforto is as bad as 2021, and I don't think he's as good as his 2019 season. But if you get it in the middle, where his average can be around .250, hit around 25 to 26 home runs, and knock in 70 to 80 RBIs, that's a solid numbers where you can put around Pete Alonso, considering that the Mets don't have a lot of power in this lineup. Michael Conforto is an option if the Mets want to use their resources elsewhere in the bullpen, pitching, or at third base. Michael Conforto can be the cheaper option of the three. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you're enjoying my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about bringing Michael Conforto back to the New York Mets, patrolling right field in 2022? Let me know what you think, or do you think the Mets should just forget about him, let him go, and get somebody else that is worth giving the money to? Let me know in the comments, guys. I really appreciate all the support, guys. And as always, Met fans, let's go Mets.